Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're looking at two different shoes, both modeled after D Rose, a famous basketball player from Chicago, Illinois. And I actually had these shoes for a long time, probably for a couple months now, but I didn't make any videos on this, so I got my iPhone 7 Plus, so I thought I'd test out the new 4K video. So all these videos are shot in 4K quality, and I hope you guys enjoy that. And with these shoes, the one you see in front is in the color blue with the white trim contrast and the black leather build. And this shoe actually comes in a lot of different colors, and I actually wore these shoes to play basketball. These are my go-to basketball shoes because I needed a pair, and I thought I would pick a shoe from D Rose because he's 6'3", 190 pounds. I mean, he is 3 inches taller and about 20-30 pounds heavier, but I thought, with playing similar positions and size, these shoes would do well for me. So now we're just looking at some of the build on the shoe, and what I gathered from the website of the shoe from Addidas is that it's made of a leather upper, which is synthetic. It is fully ventilated. As you can see, a lot of perforations all over the shoe. I think that's a wonderful design, allowing airflow in and out, so it doesn't get too warm, and that way it gives you a better feel when you're wearing the shoe, especially when you're stopping and going on the basketball court. And the best thing about it, it does cover from heel to toe. So these perforations and the style of the shoe to allow ventilation and airflow is throughout the shoe. Now the next is probably the sprint web. As you can see right here, it's printed on the shoe, sprint web. It's on the upper for it's built on the upper for lightweight support, and I like that Adidas wanted to incorporate these kind of designs and premium build into the shoe, not just for looks but also just for performance. So it's supposed to be for support and breathability. I like that it straps from the shoe from the outer all the way to the inside across the whole shoe. So now we're looking at the 773. So what does that really mean? Over here we see it on the lace, and it's actually the area code of D Rose, where he actually came from. And also we see in the front of the shoe, we see that Adidas logo also on the side right here as well, printed on that sprint web build from Adidas. And we're going to look at the midsole, which is claimed to be made from an improved adiprene. It just seems like it's just a rubber sole to me, but it's supposed to be for lightweight and cushioned support for better running and when you're going up and down the court. So the best thing about these shoes is how you see the Adidas sign is actually right in the back of the heel. Like, those are the 3 stripes. They're not on the side or in the front. Usually it's on the side, right? That's pretty iconic for Adidas, but I think in respect for D Rose, I think that's a great upgrade. They wanted to give him the benefit, so they put his pedal D in the front. And I'm just trying to show you guys the holes and laces. Looks like there's about let me count them up. I think 8 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes. Yeah, it looks like 7 holes on each side. Sorry. So going back to the shoe, I was trying to show you guys the rose petal, but inside the sole it has a Adidas logo, and you guys will see the difference later compared to the 4th generation D Rose shoes. And I actually like the comfort and performance of these shoes when I wear them. Sometimes I do feel it's a little bit tight, so it might pinch against me, but as we see in the bottom of the grooves, it's supposed to have upgraded traction pattern with a multi-level cross section that limits dust and buildup. And I worn these shoes a couple times, especially in my elementary school gym when I played basketball with my friends, and that gym is pretty dusty. We try to sweep it before we play. But as we can see, after I probably played there at least 10 times and didn't accumulate much dust, so I like that. I guess that holds true to their build. I think the grooves could be better. I think when we see that in the 4th generation, the comparison is pretty evident. And there is a carved indent right there. As you can see, it's not really much. It's only a little bit. And right there on the side, the indent inside for where your foot curves. And we're looking at the back of this shoe now. And after that whole look, I hope you guys enjoyed these blue shoes. I think we're going to start looking at the white ones now, which is probably more way better upgrade. But I haven't worn these on the courts yet, but I just wanted to showcase them and see what they're like for you guys. So I hope you guys stay tuned momentarily. To go over these D Rose 773 4th generation shoes. Alright, thanks for tuning in again. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the blue version of the D Rose 773 3rd generation. Now we're looking at the 4th generation, and now we're looking at it in a 360 view. And I hope you guys can tell one of the biggest difference is that on the bottom of the sole there is a gel, or what I think is acrylic cover for the sole, and I think that's a big upgrade. We'll look into that soon enough. And looking at this 360, you can see the big drastic changes on the shoe and how they don't even look anywhat similar to what the older 3rd generation shoes look like. These do look more aesthetically appealing to me. These look more premium, especially you can tell by the laces, by the colors, and how they want to display all the glorious D Rose features on this shoe. So one of the first things you'll see is the big rose petal on the top, and then the 773. So the 773 refers to his area code, again, where he grew up or where he's from. But he used to play for Chicago Bulls, and sad to see him leave. And right here, we're going to take a quick up close look at this rose petal. I know on this 4K video from iPhone 7 Plus, it looks a little bit pinkish because of all the light that is blown at it, but it's actually pretty crimson red when I try to hold it all the way up in front of the camera for you guys to see. And we can see right here one of the biggest differences is that collar. That's what the website from Adidas likes to call it. It's supposed to be a collar that's supposed to help for webbing, for enhanced fit. And I thought it was like a strap, but there's nothing to really strap. I think it's a really nice build. Right here we're looking at the other D Rose pedal. It's a rose pedal but in black. So they're in different positions on this shoe. We saw one from the blue, and it was more in the back of the shoe. This one's more in the middle to the front. We can see the leather build is actually different. It's not strapped from the outer side crossing over to the inner side. The cushion on this one looks pretty good. So I was just pressing down on the toe covers by the synthetic leather build. And looking at the inner side of the shoe, we see that there are these ventilated mesh build. That's very nice. And we also see that collar build on this side as well. And I think that makes the shoe actually more nicer than all those little holes or perforations in the 3rd generation, as we saw earlier. So right here we do see the white mesh right here. I'm trying to show them on the right side and the back heel. I think that's wonderful. It gives you more ventilation and to help you cool down with all that running and stopping and going, all that force you're generating within your feet, propelling your body forward and stuff like that. So the Adidas sign is upgraded. We do see this classic logo of Adidas with the words printed right on the back upper heel, and I actually like that. I like that more than the last style where they had only 3 stripes. I think they do a wonderful job to give respect to D Rose, that these are his shoes and they're trying to cater to him. But we're trying to look at the outer sole right here. I think you guys saw the word bounce. That's a new feature from Adidas on these shoes, supposed to provide energized comfort for all sports all day. I haven't worn these shoes, to be honest, so I just wanted to showcase them. I don't think I will be wearing them for basketball. So as we look at this acrylic or gel cover for the outer sole on the bottom, we see that the grids, or what I like to call grids, the traction patterns are really different, and I think these are really upgraded. We can see that the patterns are more uniform throughout the whole shoe. It gives it a better grip to the floor, and especially with that acrylic platform. As we go back up and looking at the front of the shoe again, we look at the stylish lace. Like, this lace looks really good. I think it brings out the shoe a lot more. I think it complements it really well, makes it more flashy. I think this shoe is more for looks than what I would wear for a basketball game. Other than that, it does have that same 7 holes as the other shoe. I think you can barely see it, but right where the top 2 laces are, in between it does say Rose. That's another pretty nice feature for Derrick Rose. Right here inside the shoe, this time we have a big red rose petal instead of the classic Adidas sign that we saw in the 3rd generation shoe. And we're going to take a look at the tongue right here. It's pretty nicely built with the red trim with the white contrast. The tongue feels very soft and very padded. They added more cushioning in there for more support, and I think it's a great feature, especially since Derrick Rose got injured before. So now we're going to look at the difference between the white and the blue 3rd and 4th generation D Rose shoes from Adidas. And just to let you, just an extra comment is that the white ones are actually a weight of 14.3 ounces. Of course, that changes depending on the size of the shoe that you get. These in front of me are size 12, and I'm surprised how lightweight these shoes are. Basically, 14.3 ounces is less than 1 pound, because 16 ounces is 1 pound. So as we look at the differences between the 3rd and 4th generation, we see that they're about the same height. The biggest thing is probably the difference in Adidas build on the back of the heel. We don't have that throughout perforations as you see in the 3rd generation. We do see the collar in the 4th generation, the differences in laces, the differences in how they wanted to display the 773, even on the outer sole where there's a gel pattern build on the bottom versus the plain rubber sole on the left for the 3rd generation. So all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will stay tuned after this is just some wear on and seeing how they look like when they're on the feet. And I hope you guys stay tuned and watch those as well. Thank you for watching.